Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put...
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get to see the Eagles' veteran linebacker, who really led his defense last week with a 10-tackle game. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. First play from scrimmage. Watson going to throw it. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ed Oliver that time to want to get in there and bring him down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Watson's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well-drilled, well-prepared, and excited to start this game.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on third down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they'll be led out by the second overall pick from BYU, now in his second season, Zach Wilson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
7 yards there and a first down. Harris running straight ahead and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Wilson's throw complete there to St. Brown. On second down, this is Harris.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Play action. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Wilson. This is caught by Williams. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, usually when you get a right-footed kicker on the right hash, his goal is to draw the ball back to the middle. But this time, it doesn't move at all. He ends up missing off to the right.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 40 now on second down. Watson on the left side. Gallup's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They run for it with Harris. And he will have the first down but hold everything. A flag is down. This one might not stand. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Here's Jones. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Watson. This is brought in by Gibson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Straight ahead, Gibson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. They get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Watson. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Harris. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Touchdown, Eagles. Demetrius Harris. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson got him in. It's Brown. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They hand this off to Harris, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson from the left hash. This from 37. McPherson's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now, as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The final shot before the break, Watson.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. It's complete. Burks. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on an Eagle first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Watson now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Watson.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Again, it's Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Gibson, he'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Watson. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Harris. Touchdown! Demetrius Harris with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there hauled in by Claypool. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They run with Harris, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
They've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He completes this to Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And look, they got it. Good for them, but they were within his range. I know that would have been a long field goal. I'm kind of surprised he didn't kick it, though.
I guess what he's going to have to do is frame it as, I just had so much confidence in the offense there, that's why I went for it. It's not me saying you couldn't have made that field goal. I'm going to need you later. Stay ready.
Yeah, he did have the one miss earlier, but you're right. Stay ready. There's still plenty of time in this game. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's 2-possession.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Recovered by Philadelphia.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Faking the give. Now Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
15 yards down to the 15 and a 1st down. Now Wilson. Claypool with another catch. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up the key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 7 yards there and a first down.
And Walker's somebody who just impresses you every time he steps on the field. He's a guy who was the Walter Camp and Doak Walker Award winner's final collegiate season behind a 1,600-yard campaign. 300 carries or more, that would be unexpected in his first season in the NFL.
And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
From the 3, second and a yard. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Ken Walker, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Igbenogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Watson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right side.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Once more, Gibson.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Now Washington
down on the scoreboard. 20 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He was looking that time for Jamison Williams.
And now it's second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was a game where they got out to a pretty good-sized lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life at the end.
Not exactly how you would draw it up. You would continue to score and find ways to keep your lead pretty well throughout the game. But they did find a way to win, as you noted. Hung on at the end as the big rush came at them. Fortunately enough, they put enough points on the board to have enough of a cushion that they're able to survive what happened in the fourth quarter.
So for the Eagles, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Washington, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a nah flex. While you dare look in the best, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success. Getting tokens for your stress. I be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step